them back to back.
I mean, look, it means things like Jinx getting slight nerfs. Maybe we see a little bit more Ashe. Maybe we see a little bit more Lucian. Maybe things mix up in the bot lane, but we'll have to wait and see because Aphelios, the only prime pick left available on that bot side. So RNG picked that one up. OMG, though, have to see what they decide to try and play into this. Again, big Samira player is able. Maybe that's something that he wants to try and go towards, see if he can bully out this Aphelios in the early stages. But thus far, just the Nautilus and the Ryze picked up.
Yeah, okay, so something for Creme to move around the map. Talking a little bit critically about how this player's been going, and it feels like Creme is someone who, you know, is an amazing team fighter, has been pretty decent in his laning phase. This time around, influencing the rest of the map is going to be interesting. RNG, though, a simple jungle pick here for Wei. It would be a nice setup for a strong mid 2v2, which a lot of teams have got against the Ryze Dagda.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing the rise of Volibear. He just has such a strong presence in the early stages. Sets up so well for a ton of the mid lane picks, especially with the likes of Ahri Charm into the CC or vice versa, is just so obnoxious to try and deal with. And there is that Samira for Abel. I have been waiting for this all split long. Abel is renowned on the Chinese split for this, and the Chinese server for his Samira, and I'm delighted that we get to see it in their last game.
And the biggest thing for me is that Cold would always pick the Rel up, so it's kind of interesting to see the Nautilus here, but we still get a similar combo Dagda, a strong 2v2 in the bottom lane. And Abel and Cold, as we're looking through the successful clips of their last couple of series, I mean, their strength was in the 2v2 laning phase.
Yeah, and I think against RNG, that potentially could be the case here as well. I mean, Ming has kind of been a Nautilus one trick. He has 18 games of Nautilus, and his next highest is 4 on Leona. So you're not getting Ming on his comfort picks. You're banning away a lot of the answers here as well. So maybe you go back towards the Leona here as Ming, but and that could kind of work with the point and click CC for the Samira, but it's still not ideal for what they want in the bot lane. We've kind of seen people tend away from Leona because Nautilus has ways to try and play around her now.
Okay, I'm just going to pause though, because RNG hovering something that can't be picked, and we've already got the 80 carry. But I want to see what finishes off here. Bin has to go top into a potential Graves. Remember Flex as well. So could be a jungle last pick coming here from OMG. But Bin, you talk about renowned champions on the enemy side. At least for Bin here, the Fiora is popping.
Yeah, I just don't know if it does particularly well against the Graves. Yeah, Camille, probably the better option here if you want to try and go into that matchup. Okay. You do have the option to rotate this Graves into the jungle if you really want to for OMG. Maybe that's worth a think, because Shanji definitely has a bit of an odd champion pool. Like, he's been one of the guys that were like most used to bringing out these crazy counter picks, and Aki has brought out the Graves 3 times already, and looks like that's going to be the cause here. So Graves going into the jungle. We're going to get Shanji going for the Shen in the top side. This is the second time he's brought this pick out.
Oh yeah,
last time he went 137 CS down in that game and still won. So we'll have to see how this one goes for Shanji.
Yeah, because there's a lot of global pressure, isn't there? Now, Dagda,
yeah.
If I didn't say it before, I will ask you again, how much do you want to play for bot if you're OMG?
Yeah, yes. Just yes. Everything yes. Because you look at it, you're like, hey, you know what? You want to try and play away from Shen so we can use the ult. Well, you've got a Ryze in the mid lane. And you've got a bloody Samira. So, yeah, get prepared, Gala and Ming. OMG are on their way.
Let's go. Exciting. At least for OMG, when this doesn't matter for them whatsoever. When we're only focusing on RNG, I like that OMG throwing Spanner into the works. Again, we've got a very fun draft that has a very obvious win condition. And, you know, I want to talk to you about how it is seeing drafts like this in the LPL, because I think that we've seen some of the lower tier teams in the league, like lower than OMG, with limited direction and comps that don't really piece together. I think at least here we're seeing a team that knows this direction in this game and actually wants to all in on one hyper win condition in the first 15, 20 minutes getting ahead.
I think it's just massive comfort for them as well. I mean, Shanji, as we said, has had a very different style of champion pool, and I've really enjoyed it. Like things like the Rumble that he brings out a lot, and we're seeing the Shen come out more and more. It's just something that he's able to play towards the strength of, hey, look, I'm going to absorb a ton of pressure, maybe have some cool plays in lane, but I'm going to try and enable the rest of my team. You've got Abel, who is on his Samira. Like, this is his pick. This is the champion that he's renowned for. And it feels like it's like, okay, cool. Well, we've got both our top and our our AD carry on the comfort picks. Let's just try and play around that super aggressive style. So we'll have to see how RNG do respond to this. A lot of the times, the way to respond to this is to try and make a play at like 6 minutes up towards that top side, right as Shen is about to get his ultimate. So you try and play away from the strong part of the map. But we'll have to see if RNG are going to be able to amount that.
I want to come back to your point about the Shen. Bin has an interrupt. Xiaohu has an interrupt. If it's ever side laning from Shanji where this stand united is used greedily, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Gala here in the middle of his jungle, but he's going to be spotted out. OMG with a 5-man invade, Dagda. And it looks like they're going to be committing the bottom lane and even Creme here for the time being. Wei just backing off to his blue. We're going to have to look at jungle pathing a little bit closer considering that Ahri seems to want to, hey, surprisingly, play around bot? What? Play vertically towards bot?
No, who would have saw this coming, eh? Splitting the map for... Oh, wait.
Oh, RNG. Peekaboo. Hey, it's a good dredge line. Shanji's here as well. The Shadow Dash used. Cole just going to take a bit of damage, though, and that kind of feels worth at this point. Press the attack doing wonders. And even though Shanji is spotted, it means that he might have to teleport to the top side. Oh, no, Dagda. This is a new level of playing for bot.
This is how he played the Shen last time. He was like, I don't care about my own lane. I am just going to play for the rest of the map. And Shanji's doing that again. He's going to lose his entire wave top, but if this pays off, it could get able to snowball.
I mean, Ben's like, dude, something sus up here. And he has Demolish. So again, you were talking about the way to counter this draft, the way to really play through it. Set yourself up on the other side of the map, and Ben is just getting that free time. Shanji's so patient, but RNG, they're not overstepping.
What is happening? I'm assuming they're going to go for a dive, but I mean, Shanji's going to be level 1 if he tries to start this off. So you need Code to start it, Shanji to follow.
All right, they're still level 1. Gala hiding behind the minion wave. He wants a small Krug to level up, but still not there. Backing away, Abel and the same deal as the dive through mid. Creme's looking, Body's probably thinking, this is how we win the game, but first blood goes to RNG instead.
Oh, Ming is frozen the wave. Gala can't get to the wave. This is just a mess. Oh my god, what is happening?
Oh, Dagda, I wish I had you in person for this one. The Shadow Dash finally comes through. The dive happening, but Cold tanks it up. Now the turret aggroed up. Ahri takes 2 shots as well. Bin has teleported in. The flash, hookshot, wall shot, the charm. OMG. This is the way you want to go out. Nice and early in game number 1. It's a 1k gold lead, and OMG is just stuffed.
Look, I love this, but OMG, this game is over. Your Shen has 1 CS, is level 1 to level 3. You're already 1,000 gold down, and it hasn't even hit the 4-minute mark. Like, Wei has taken the entire jungle, well, has taken as much of the jungle as he wants to. Like, this entire thing is all RNG favored.
Dude, we've heard of River Shen. This is grassland Shen. This guy sits in the brush and just kind of waits his turn. Shanji now up to the top lane, though. So he is in the way finally, but OMG have lost so much by sticking around. Abel's not even that far ahead in CS, Dagda. Gala's even. Mid got a kill under turret, and Ahri spent so much time there that Wei has a lead and the kill he picked up off of first blood. RNG must be laughing.
It's even the experience. Like, Shanji, 2 to 3. You look at Abel, 2 to 3. Hold, 2 to 3. Ahri, 3 to 4. It's like, you are behind in experience in every single lane except for Xiaohu because he roam bot. Like, you're just missing out so much. Now, this wave should help Abel to get back a little bit, but the reason that Abel is behind is because basically he shared, like, 2 waves worth of experience between 4 people. Like, you end up missing out so much when you share that much experience.
And I want to also point out that Dagda, the OMG are, you know, again, for the audience, not really fighting for anything here, but they pulled out a draft that we knew the direction was going to be bot. We just didn't know how much was going to imitate the first Shen game from Shanji, or how much would be committed after the vertical jungling. So I have to give props to OMG for trying such a dangerous tactic when, let's be honest, they don't care about this game. They're just here to kind of try something new and, I guess, get ready for the summer split with their last game on the Rift before they go on break for a while.
Because, look, I was going to come in and be like, you know what, OMG, you need to get the ball rolling early here. You get outscaled pretty heavily when you look across the board. So it's like, you know what, let's see if you can make some plays at 6. That's where I was like, at level 6, you go. But
oh, Creme, though. He might have flash available, but Wei is back. The stun again, the layering of CC, the charm at the end. RNG didn't even let him move.
I mean, look, this is going from bad to worse. You've even, not only do you have 2 kills in the Ahri, Bin has a bloody cull. Bin is just like, you know what, Shanji, if you're gonna go this many levels down, I'm just gonna sit here, farm it on up. You go play elsewhere. Doesn't really matter. We're kind of winning across the board here, so. Yeah, RNG have kind of realized, hey, look, free gold plus a scaling comp equals a free win, and they're just going to sit here and kind of ride that wave right the way to the finish line.
Yeah, dude. Like, why wouldn't you at this point? Honestly. Let's see what Arky can do. The answer, nothing. Bin, by the way, up 20 CS up in the top lane. 10 CS mid for Creme, which is nice, but he just died again. And Xiaohu keeps picking up the kills, so of course he's in an advantage of about 500 gold. Bin up 300, way up almost 1,000.
Oh,
and Gala and Abel are even. And look at Creme. He didn't burn his flash before. At least this time it goes down. Way gets it with ease, though, as Cold's going to be stunned up. The Gravitum there as well. There's a lot of burst damage available to come out here as Cold moves back down to half HP. And RNG, every lane is a success. And Dagda, this was before OMG even got Creme's ulti up. So they hit them before those windows came up and available.
I kind of feel sorry for JDG. Like, if you're sitting here watching this, you're like, come on, OMG, come on.
Oh, God, here's the dive. Flash was just burnt. Xiaohu gets given the kill again. Wei knows what his duty is this game, too.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you could get a Xiaohu ahead, he's going to shove in. He can now start to run to sides as well and just, like, help snowball. Or, honestly, with the way things are going, just continue to play through lanes. Like, you've already about to get 2 turret plates here. Mid for Xiaohu. You got full control bot side. Bin is just happy to take it slow and continue to farm up, pop this coal, get some plates himself as well. Dragons whenever you want. You don't need to try and speed this up too much.
Oh, we're fighting again. Okay, Abel might actually get this here. Gala's realm warped on and he gets a kill. All right, RNG, you're threatened now as Cold wants a dredge line but waves over the wall of the Sky Splitter. That was a janky spectator glider as the bear just goes over Nautilus. Ming dies to Creme though, and at 6 kills in 7 minutes, the game's speeding up, and you said OMG needed a bit, and now they're finally getting it. How's Bin getting solo kill?
I think RNG are starting to give into the chaos a bit. Bin nearly dead, Gala and Ming trying to overforce it. Maybe this is going to turn into a bit of a proper fiesta here, but we'll have to see this. This game's just nuts.
It is. It's obvious in the pudding that, you know, RNG have come in with something a little bit more standard and still just playing through the strengths in this game. But look, this might not be 2k Goldie, but RNG still hold the favors. They've still got the Dragon, which they picked up a minute ago. It's Herald coming up, actually sitting there. And Dagda, Xiaohu has everything. He wants to roam. Shanji used his ult before. And we know this Shen is dead. He has no summoners. Just wait for the charm. The Shadow Dash is being held, but there's the charm. Goodly matched. Well matched. Goodly's not a word. Shanji's about to die. Spirit Rush again. Flash here from Ming, and that's beautiful stuff from RNG. The clean execution we expect.
RNG are just the goodest. Like, being able to come in here, pick it up, making it look so easy. I mean, just nice job. I mean, Xiaohu predicting the Shadow Dash gets the charm. And now OMG moving over to see if they can get the Rift Child. I actually like this. Like, you're kind of looking at those health bars top and going, look, RNG, you can't really contest this. But maybe they look for a play on Creme bot side here.
Yeah, especially with, again, he might be on still spell, but he has no flash. Wei just keeps bullying him, turning the turret off. Gala now with Severin Crescendum, and down he goes. Wei picking up the kill credit as well deserved. Shanji teleported down here, but with the guns available for Gala, I mean, the turret or him, I don't know which one's going to go first.
I don't know if they can dive Shanji just because of the Spirit's Refuge might make it a little bit difficult, but I mean, you'll happily take the Terror Plates, take that kill, back it on up. I mean, you're looking at 3 kills now for Wei, 4 kills for Xiaohu in the mid lane. I wouldn't be surprised if Wei ends up going for like a Zhonya's Hourglass second. Like, he already has the stopwatch in his back pocket. Maybe you do just go this AP Volibear when you're this far ahead.
Yeah, true. Why not? Hey, okay. That was a nice interrupt from Bin. So that's why we saw him getting low in the fight. Maybe it would have been worse for RNG Dagda.
Yeah, this is a good while ago that we saw this one. But,
yeah.
Yeah, just able to interrupt. So I know there is a little bit of a weird interaction sometimes with Camille ult and Shen ult where it puts you like the furthest distance bus.
Oh. He's out. He's out.
Yeah, so it can, like, at times, I've seen fights where, like, Shen will try to ult onto someone, Camille will ult him, and Shen will get, like, teleported into a bush beside Camille, and she'll have no idea where he is. So, I'd be curious to see how, if we end up seeing any of those weird interactions between Bin and Shanji, especially when they're both going to be playing sides this game.
Yeah, like that fun interaction there, you're right. You know, it kind of goes janky. Like Hextech Ultimatum does that, Dagda, I think. Inside the Realm of Death is another one that's super janky in League of Legends, where people are just like, oh, I'm teleporting to the edge. Closest towards the target, right?
Yeah. But yeah, for RNG here, just gonna come sit back, farm up for a little bit more. Again, kind of OMG are looking to see if they can make plays around Abel. They have the Rift Herald in the back pocket, and that's kind of their main focus here. But problem is, like, you're setting Shanji on his own in a side lane against Gala. Shanji can't really sit here because he's actually down in levels because of the early shenanigans. Yep. So in a 1v1, Gala ends up winning out. He's going to take turret plates. And you're totally fine here as Bin to kind of sit up on top side because, well, you don't really have too much pressure coming from OMG. Even the Rift Herald not being given towards Abel means that you're not really spreading that gold in the way you want to for OMG. So yeah, RNG just kind of happy with the way this one's going. Next dragon up in about 50 seconds. You imagine that with a 7-2 kill score and 2.5k advantage, RNG will look to try and set up Vision of 5,000.
I mean, I guess Aki's saying he's a carry now. That's why he put the Herald down. He's got to get some gold onto someone. So the Graves with the Eclipse, hoping for some magic here. 40 seconds till Dragon. Dagda well spotted when we have two Mythics here on RNG. Close for Bin picking up his as well, and it looks like it will be the Sundara Camille. Going up against the Shen makes sense. It's Hextech Ultimatum. Now, yes, Spirit's Refuge, as you talked about, as a Shadow Dash on the way out, helps get a turret shot, but Shanji, once again, is backing away because Wei is here. And RNG just keep getting given lanes thanks to this jungler. Oh, he's not there.
Secret agent.
Sneaky. Flash is available though, Dagda. Shanji, will he have to use it? There's a lot of damage coming out away. He's about to ult and the turret gets turned off. The Spirit's Refuge helping out, but Shanji will not get to play League of Legends without using his ultimate as under turret. Abel's hitting him. Solar Flare gets damaged down. Half HP. That's a Gravity blocked away here by the Whirl as Abel helps out, and there's 5 bot. Hang on, Gala flashes away, but OMG is still not winning this stacked up.
No, Xiaohu's going in.
Oh my god. OMG is so low as well. Ming is ready to engage again. You can see it in his eyes. They want to dive this. I just don't think it's a good idea. They flash, they use everything. They get Gala, but the problem is he's still not dead. He's kiting back. Everyone run away. Bin's here again. Creme off to the wing, Wei's over the wall. The flash onto Shanji. He survives thanks to Spirit's Refuge, but all Wei has to do is claw at him. OMG definitely threw balls to the wall at the start of this series. They wanted to go out in a flashy style.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the case of the little brother hitting the older brother, though, and then realizing they'd made the mistake, running away, screaming sorry as they ran towards their mom. But they do get out with a free hit. I mean, they got the kills on the bot side. They end up taking a little bit of damage, but end up trading like up in the occasion. So I think you're kind of okay there as OMG.
Yeah, I guess so, Dagda. It just looked a hell
They
of
got
a lot
to mom.
worse.
They got to mom.
They got to mom. They got to mam. That's right. I'm learning the Irish accent
It's
while I'm here.
it's ma if you can do it.
Ma.
Your man da.
Ah, Manda. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Dagda, cast this one.
That was a solid attempt, but yeah, as you can see, Xiaohu drops. Gala does his best to try and save it, but he ends up dying to the burn, and from this point on, you'll see Shanji will fall thanks to Wei being able to take him off, but I mean, you end up trading kind of back and forth there, get some shutdowns, so when all said and done for OMG, you actually come out with a bit of a gold lead.
True. You're right. You know, it was 2 for 2, but the fact that OMG are behind and trading is always going to be good. But we come back to live and reality hits hard again. First turret blood goes to RNG, of course it does. Gala survived that play. He was able to pull up CS. He's still 700 gold ahead of Abel in this game. We got about a 1k gold lead through mid, 1k gold lead through top, a 400 in favor of Wei, who has been laughing as well this game, as he's constantly bullied out Creme and Shanji in these later stages. And we're at 13 kills in 14 minutes. Dagda, this is the early game that we deserve after a 7-day-a-week split. This is what we get as our final regular season game before playoffs tomorrow.
Look, I'm ready for this to go completely sideways. When Abel goes into a fight, he ends up getting the Shen shield. He gets the Immortal Shield Bow shield. Then he gets Cold, who's going to have the Aegis of the Legion shield. Yeah. That's where you just go, or Lock of the Darren scenario, whatever the hell it's called now. This is where you just kind of go nuts with shields and see if Abel can just carry with this ult. Because realistically, if you just put bodies in front of Abel, like Xiaohu can't really charm him. You gotta like Wei isn't really going to be the tankiest though. He is going for a full tank build, so maybe there is a world where OMG, if they can just protect the Able and like play towards some sort of early fight, they can actually bring this back.
Yeah, you're right. It's all about Able, and Able's not that far behind as well, so he's still doing damage with Immortal Shield Bow, but one of those elements of the shield is getting focused again, and this is kind of something you talked about opening up this game, that for RNG, play on the opposite side. OMG might be getting the Rift Herald, but RNG are grouping up, and now even with the Herald down, they're going in. Ming flashes in, Solar Flare on the backside. They've locked down Ahri, and down he drops with Cold. Going in later on, the Bear, beware, as Able pulls the ulti off. The shielding not going to come through, though. Shanji, I believe, already hit on the ultimate to stand United down, and RNG still managed to puncture through of OMG in this mid-game.
Yeah, Shanji, unfortunately, decided to go towards the decoy play, ended up ulting on towards Ahri, when if he maybe held on to Able there, could have carried it through. You could see how much damage comes out from the Samira with the ultimate, but not enough. And RNG, they may lose out on the Rift Herald, but they do get some nice kills afterwards.
Well, impressive.
Yep.
Impressive stuff. Dagda, I just don't know what to say about this game anymore. This is just a holiday cast for me.
Yeah, this is a sit back, relax, and just let it happen. But you can see there, right, the Shen ult does come through, but unfortunately, even just because you're not level 11 here, it's quite a low amount of shielding that does come around. And Able super close to be able to finish off so many of these low health members. Like, maybe that shield could have been the difference maker, but unfortunately just not quite able to get it across the finish line.
And so now again, RNG gold continues to skyrocket. It's 2-item Ahri in the mid lane. Xiaohu now with the Cosmic Drive. Way being highlighted on the bottom of the screen. Not sure if the English audience can see that one, but high kill participation here for Wei. I believe that's solo kills, Dagda. That looks like 2 solo kills this game. And honestly, at 4-0-4, 8 out of 12 kill participation, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, he's managed to pick off a couple of members here and there. The Bear is kind of terrifying in these early stages. It does definitely fall off at the later point. But I think that's why we're seeing the rise of Volibear. Is like, look, when you've got like super late game scaling on your bot side, you've got these like mid laners that can do a hell of a lot come late game, like Ryzes, Ahris. You're just like, hey, look, if we end up kind of having a jungler that fades off a little bit, we're still gonna be totally fine. All you have to do is just start off these fights and let the good times roll if you're RNG.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, strength in Wei as well is something that we talked about in previous years, and it's kind of nice to see that relying again on RNG's jungler. I feel like there's been a great roster of developers. Let's pause this one. Creme's over the wall. He has a Realm Warp available, but he's going to run into this, but Bin does so much damage. Yeah, Shanji needs a Shadow Dash once again to root up the Everfrost. He can't move for the time being, and Bin's exhausted too. That's a core ulti, or maybe Bin's is better. He's blocked by the minion wave. Creme can't get the damage off this. We've got a sweep coming through. Creme runs into him though. Never mind. Xiaohu here to help out, and Bin is on a tear. It's a double kill for the Camille, who is just pumping him.
Oh, it's all going wrong for OMG. Well, even more wrong, I suppose, but yeah. I mean, for Bin, super nice, really well played. And I kind of realized, look, Shanji isn't really an issue here. As long as I can kill Creme, that's where the damage is coming from. And with the Divine Thunder to heal it out. Steal?
Okay, not going to come through. Ulti from Gala. He's suspended midair, but he flashes over the wall, and now he can hit Able. Able matches it, but he runs into disaster. Guys, at this one, forget the casting. This doesn't matter. OMG gave up this game at 3 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, they tried. They tried real hard. Shanji in particular tried, but yeah, and now RNG just get to take over. And I kind of want to go back to your Wei point, though, because it's kind of been really interesting to see like how Wei operates when he's got like a definitive game plan versus one that's a bit more up in the air. Because look, I'm not going to talk about this. Bin is really nice, but for Wei, it's like, when you look at him back in like E-Star in 2020, there was like the, hey, we are just 100% going to play around bot side. Like, we are going to level 3, we will go and gank bot lane. Like, that was literally all they did. Maybe even level 2 was like the one difference maker. And Wei looked really good, and that really worked out for E-Star. And then he came out to RNG, and you were like, cool, we're going to play around Xiaohu in the top lane. And that was like the play. So you'd basically see Wei and Ming linking up and playing around the top lane. But at the start of the split, RNG weren't really sure how they wanted to play. They're like, look, maybe we want to keep playing around Bin, and we like Xiaohu up. Do we want to try and play around Xiaohu? And you really saw Wei kind of fumble. Wei to me is a jungler that kind of needs that like definitive, this is our identity, this is how we want to play to succeed.
True.
Because the second they were like, right, nope, game plan is play around Xiaohu, Wei suddenly looks really good again. Because he just knows exactly where he wants to play. And I think that's kind of like been the story of RNG. The split is just like, okay, cool, let's figure out an identity for ourselves. Right, now that we have that definitive 100% style that we want to play, that's when the whole team just starts to come together and like play is that role.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because like Wei was used to playing around topside, and even though Xiaohu is the same player, just in a different lane, it's a different dynamic, right? With how he plays around mid, how he can play around the best player of RNG. People will be looking at this and saying, oh, well, you know, Bin's probably one of the best players. Gala's one of the best players. That is utter bull. If you do not watch LPL, you cannot have that opinion. That's right, Dagda. I'm telling people they can't have that opinion. It's either Ming or Xiaohu for me that are the best players of this roster. A lot of people say Xiaohu, but Ming is massively underrated, even though he's the best support in the league. Watch him go. Zenith blade in. Feeling confident with the Soul Flare that hits 2 members. Wei jumps under turret as well. Good effort for us from Creme, but he's in the middle of a lot of damage sources. The Bin now joins in. Shanji with a shadow dash, but he's about to get bashed. Orb of Deception, but I am not deceived by the skill of RNG.
And now they just turn towards Baron. I mean, Aki is there, Juggler's still alive, but they're like, we don't care. We really don't. You're not going to be able to do anything. Xiaohu's playing keep away, and we have this Aphelios that's 6-2 and 9. He's going to rip through this Baron. Like, it is absolutely nuts. You can see Aki maybe trying to see if he can get into position here. They are doing this on a ward, but I don't know if he can get in. No flash. Can he get over the wall?
Well, no ulti, so he can't close the gap
at
the very least.
Oh, wait,
1K,
wait.
But they're turning for him. I love this. Gala sits in the middle of the pit. He's keeping Baron aggroed, and Bin finishes the job. Dagda, I guess not even close with now the Baron about to go down with Bin's help.
Yeah. RNG, I mean, look, it's been a long time coming. 10k gold lead at 22 minutes in. You'd have to be G2 to throw this lead, realistically.
Yeah, Dagda, you would. But RNG, look, we've already lost to one EU team with this team in front of us. We don't need a reminder of RNG being someone else. And what I mean is, I'm not a fan of Fnatic after 2019. 2020.
I think we're just like taking... this game's over, so we're just taking pop shots at LEC.
Yeah. And you cast it. You cast it as well, so I feel like you're justified. I can sit here. I'll take the flame for this one, dude, but you're also an LEC guest caster, so that's super PogChamp.
Hey, it's a ton of fun. The guys are awesome. But do they ever live up to Hysterics? We all know that's the truth.
No.
You know?
No. Oh, so you're saying Sheen is worse than me? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay, let's pause on that one. He is next door, and I will be kicked out for game 2. It's a fight again, but look, Bin's on the flank. Abel's the focus here. The most damage, even though Arky has resources, he's now dead too. And guys, what do you say? It's 25 kills from RNG alone. They're beating the clock. It's 23 minutes into the game. They're going to run up mid with Baron Dagda. Look at the death timers. And the flush from Xiaohu. Easy with the charm. This game has been over since it's begun. And now RNG just going to put the finishing touches on.
Hey, at least it was a fun one, right? Regardless, OMG, they might have gone down. But by God, did they go down swinging. And we'll have to see if they can bring it back. I mean, game number 2 on the horizon. What have you got, OMG? Let's see.
For second place, not a bad move in game 1. I'm wondering if we can bring on that lower third that said thank you, Sheen again, just so we can kind of balance out.
See, I have a button here that says probably what Oshin's thinking of the two of us, but I can't play that on broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, man. Especially since it would probably get him in trouble. No. You made the insult, not me. I just called it out. You cast LEC with machines. So, now, where were we? Oh, yes. OMG decided to, at 3 minutes in the game, Dagda, to make it all a massive flip.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, look, you've got this composition that kind of revolves around like level 6 mid to look for roams, level 6 on Shen to go and TP into the bot lane, like get that big shield, go and make a 5-man play if you want to. And we just decided that level 1 is basically level 6.
Sure.
If you think about it, right? So they just were like, screw it, Shanji doesn't exist in lane. He's just going to go bot. And from that point forward, it was like, okay, well, Bean is just getting further ahead. They didn't really get to make a play on Gala and Ming because I think Cole ended up tanking the tower a bit early, which kind of screwed the whole thing. So, yeah, it was hilarious, a little bit messy, and also OMG.
Oh, so OMG. I like Shanji pulling out the Shen, and again, like, sacrificing all for the bottom lane. We could see the theory there of the play. But when you commit 5 members, Dagda, when you commit everyone, and it just doesn't work. We knew straight away that RNG were going to have an easy run. 24 minutes, that's even more time than I guess OMG deserved in that game. But it was an easy win. Like, Wei in his jungle game, starting on enemy blue, pivoting his way back. Wei just played so well. And it's nice to see, again, you and I were having a conversation about it, how well this jungler plays when RNG have a lot more direction. I guess he also creates it. So, again, just nice to see the quality coming out of him.
Yeah, I mean, the entire game plan for RNG is pretty much set up around Xiaohu, right? Like, even in this game, we saw that they had OMG making plays, but they just stuffed him. And then we're like, cool, well, now we just go back to our game plan, which is get Xiaohu like 4 kills in the early stages and let him be the big carry.
True. Well, I don't know because we are using a new setup, and I have to mute the part in my ear, Dagda.
Break is ready.
Yes. Hey, you can be our awesome producer as well. Thank you for that. We're going to go to a short break. When we return, OMG RNG game